So just a quick disclaimer, this video is only my opinion and you should form your own opinions too. Also, this video is not about religion, it's about greed and manipulation. Enjoy. So when I was a kid, I remember I would see Joel Osteen books, Joel Osteen on my TV, hear him on the radio, talking about if what you're praying for isn't changing, then God is using that situation to change you. God has a purpose for you, and it's to donate to my church. And what he means by his church is straight into his pocket. Even as a young kid, I knew that something about this dude was crooked, I just couldn't put my finger on it. But something about the monkey suit and the creepy smile was always very off-putting to me. He reminds me of the dude from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I've been very naughty.
For those of you who are unaware, among the religious community, which is a very large group of people, this man is actually a huge deal. He's well known all around the world for his sermons and books, as he is a pastor from Houston, Texas, who's been preaching for almost 30 years. And if there's anything I've learned about people from Houston, it's that you can either really trust them, like with your life, or you can't trust them at all. Not a lot of gray area in good old Houston. But like I was saying, this guy gives these massive sermons that are viewed by over 10 million people across the world every week. He took the Houston Rockets' old arena and renovated it with over $105 million to upgrade his church into the megachurch it is today. He calls it Lakewood Church. Don't get me wrong, Joel preaches a good message and he's a great entertainer at that. But what's not so good is the amount of money he's hoarded that he's accumulated by monetizing his church for decades, and the way he refused to help people in the past during national emergencies, his reluctancy to donate to charity, and most recently during this time of pandemic when a lot of people need financial help more than ever, he's nowhere to be found. Now that doesn't seem very holy of him, does it? It would be great if he used this money that was donated to the church to, I don't know, help homeless people, help victims of various abuse, orphans. The guy is worth well over $100 million and has a very huge ass house. He owns multiple, in fact, not to mention nice cars, and I'm sure a lot of very pricey assets. Though he tries to be private with his personal life for obvious reasons. Perhaps because if everyone knew just how much stuff he had, maybe his blind disciples would finally stop following this wolf in sheep's clothing and lining his pockets with money. This church takes in on average over $40 million a year just in collections. In my opinion, he's playing these people like a fiddle to get their money through the word of God. And in the latest turn of events, it came out that Joel and the Lakewood Church received $4.4 million in PPP loans from the government earlier this year. The Paycheck Protection Program is a $669 billion business loan program established by the 2020 U.S. federal government Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, aka the CARES Act, to help certain businesses, self-employed workers, sole proprietors, certain nonprofit organizations, and tribal businesses continue paying their workers. The Paycheck Protection Programs allows entities to apply for low-interest private loans to pay for their payroll and certain other costs. The amount of a PPP loan is approximately equal to 2.5 times the applicant's average monthly payroll cost. The loan proceeds may be used to cover payroll cost, rent, interest, and utilities. This loan may also be partially or even fully forgiven as long as the business keeps its employee counts and employee wages stable. The program was implemented by the U.S. Small Business Administration, keyword small business, but just like always, all those big corporations swooped in and found loopholes to drain this fund quick. So it doesn't surprise me that Crooked Joel was on his way to get his cut. The data shows that Lakewood Church applied for the loan on July 21st, and apparently 368 jobs would be affected by the loan. Dog, you're worth over an estimated $100 million. Sell a couple cars and pay your employees, you clown. You say you're a man of God, and here you are taking money from people who don't know where the next meal is gonna come from, much less how they're gonna make ends meet. And fuck any church getting this. Those motherfuckers don't even pay taxes, and neither does he. He runs every single expense through the church and avoids all that shit. You either need to be a church or you need to be a business. You can't be out here benefiting from both, you greedy asshole. Look, I'm not saying he's not smart. I'm just saying the guy seems like like a scam artist to me. But hey, if there's people out there that are so clueless they think this is a stand-up dude with real Christian values, then they're tripping. I mean, go to the guy's website. The first tab is to donate, and you can even have a subscription of donations. I'm sure this guy would sell prayers to people if he could. If you study the Bible, you know that God warned you about these types of people, right? It's called a false prophet. Some of you should really look into that. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching today. Thank you for subscribing. Let me know what you guys thought about the video down below. As always, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and I'm out. Peace.